Hello everyone, I'm Rachel Tessman from stampyourartout.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Andover, Minnesota in the US, and I'm here to bring you my live paper crafting class. It is Wednesday, October 30th, 2024, as I'm coming to you live. Thank you so much for joining. Today I have, and I'm looking at my little notes, which are in a totally different spot than I normally have them. Today I am going to be sharing with you how to make a really pretty, simple yet stunning birthday card with the Cake Celebrations bundle. I was having trouble finding some of my materials and I still haven't found one of them, but we're just gonna move on because it's already a few minutes after I was supposed to go live. So we're gonna go with it. This is what happens with live recordings, right? So a big welcome to Trisha Josephs, who is on YouTube as my moderator, and Lisa Marshall, who is on Facebook as my moderator. They are here to help answer questions. So if you have questions along the way, just reach out to one of them. You can tag Trisha by first typing the A with a circle around it, and then immediately start typing her name, Tricia. Trisha Josephs will come up, you click on it, and it will tag her so that she sees your comment or question a lot sooner than by just searching. What else? Oh, and I'm going to try to share some glimpses of other new products. So the Cake Celebrations bundle, which is a stamp set and die set bundled together, which you can buy separately or together to save a little bit of money. But those are releasing on November 5th. So just in a little less than a week, you'll be able to get a hold of the products that I'm sharing today. So today is kind of like a little teaser video to give you an idea of what you can create with this wonderful set of supplies. I'm also going to be featuring the new Color Coach, which was only made available to demonstrators soon after one of our quote-unquote conventions that we had a while back. Anybody who attended that got a version of this Color Coach, and then they've updated it and have made it available to demonstrators on pre-order. We always get to pre-order products, which is why I have this stuff in my hands earlier. So a lot of us have these little fun things in our hands already, and they're going to be made available to all of you on November 5th. So along with those products, I'm going to show you a few other things that I have that are going to be available on November 5th. Now, let's say you're sitting back going, well, gosh, I wish I had that stuff now. You can certainly get it now. If you order a special kit, it's called the starter kit. So you can get the starter kit today, tomorrow, whatever, and you can get those items in the starter kit. So, because that's considered like a demonstrator order, okay? So yay for that. By the way, we are having a starter kit special. You get an extra $30 in product of your choice in that starter kit now through the end of the month, which is tomorrow. So you might want to think about that. I love it. You guys are saying hello to each other. This is so fun. All right, what else do I want to tell you about? Oh, we're going to do a prize drawing. We always do a prize drawing every Wednesday. So if you're watching and you're tuning into the live and you're commenting, you get entered into the prize drawing. Those people that missed the live that comment afterwards can still get entered into the second prize drawing, which is like a week span of time. So if you commented on last week's video before this morning and before I did a drawing on that video's comments, you got entered into that prize drawing. So we're going to announce some prizes at the end. I'll also talk about different promotions that Stampin' Up! Has going on. Let's go to our little PDF sheet that you can print off. So this will kind of introduce us to what we're going to be doing today. So I love it. You're telling me about the weather. This is great. Thank you, Lisa, for posting the link. Yes, that reminds me, I do have in the description of my YouTube video right now links to a lot of these things, the products that I'm sharing, except I don't have links to the actual new stuff yet because you can't link it yet, but I've listed it there. But links to anything that's available right now, I have links to getting the starter kit, subscribing to my website, which I always forget to put up here. This is my website, stampyourartout.com. Please visit, please subscribe. You get lots of ideas every week. So it's a good thing to subscribe to, and it's free, just like this class. All right, do you see this PDF? This is something that you'll be able to access once my blog post that's connected to this video goes live. And right now there is a link in the YouTube description for that post, but it won't go live until about 15 minutes or half hour after we're done. So 12:15 p.m. Will be when that post goes live, and then you can click on the link that's in that post to download this PDF. It's a printable PDF. You can also keep it on your computer because certain things are clickable. Like if I hover over pool party cardstock, you can click on it and it will take you right to the store. So these are the measurements that you'll need, the supplies that you would need, the images to help you remember how to make that card, what it's going to look like. The name and the date are also on that sheet. So it's a great resource, and it's fun to print those off and collect them over time and see how many videos you've actually tuned into. On that note, thank you so much for, again, coming to my channel. Please subscribe, like, share, all those good things. All right, we're going to get started on the demonstration then. So I'm going to bring you to my desktop, and we'll bring in our trimmer. So these new products that are debuting only online. They are not going to be in a publication. We have 3 publications a year. We have the annual catalog. Let me show that to you. This is our annual catalog. Then we have seasonal catalogs, which are available for a few months at a time. Right now, we have this seasonal catalog, September through December. It will end the end of December, and then we'll have the January through April one. This one goes for a whole year, May through May. Type of thing. So, but then we also have these online products. And the online products, let me just show you the sets here. We have the die set and we have the stamp set. So these are the dies for cake celebrations, and this is the stamp set. It's a photopolymer stamp set, which means that they are see-through stamps. They're clear. You can aim them right where you want them on your cardstock. And they coordinate together, they work together. So we will be using that to create our card today. All right, to make this card, I did choose to use our basic white thick cardstock. Got a little something or other on there. Let me grab my adhesive eraser. Sometimes we have sticky things in our craft room, right? There, now it's gone. A fraction of a glue dot or something, right? All right, so this is the thick cardstock. It's great for the bases of cards. If you're going to use layers, then I'd just say use the regular basic white. So we're going to go ahead and cut this, and we're going to cut it at 5.5 inches. So we're going to go in this direction to make use of our cardstock in full. We have an 11-inch by 8.5-inch sheet of cardstock here. If we cut it at 5.5 inches, we can get 2 cards from one sheet. Then we turn it in this direction and we score it halfway, and that will create our fold for our card. So we now have our card base. And again, it's with the thick, basic white cardstock. I'm just using my bone folder to help give it a good crease, and we are on our way to the next layer. So the next layer is cherry cobbler. And in my haste of trying to find this one embellishment that was not showing up in my supply room here, my little craft room, I neglected to cut other pieces. So we're just going to cut everything together. All right. So let's cut the next supply, and we're going to cut that at 2 7/8. So we're going to go to 2 7/8 is this mark. That is 2 little dashes on the Stampin' Up! Trimmer right before the 3. I'll zoom in so you can see a little bit better. All right. So we're going to cut right there. And then we're going to rotate that piece. So it's 2 7/8 by 3 1/8. So it's a rectangle because it's the same in each direction. And then we're going to cut a layer from Coastal Cabana. Now I am using 3 different blues that relate to each other really well. I am using Coastal Cabana, Pool Party, and Summer Splash. I've chosen to use all 3 colors because they're sort of the same. If we look at the new color coach, I'm just going to pull that out for a minute. You can see that they are very close to each other, Coastal Cabana and Pool Party. The new color coach does not have the current in colors on them. It's just using the main Stampin' Up! Colors. I do have that other color coach. Hang on. Remember I told you Stampin' Up! Demonstrators were gifted this during one of our convention type things. Here we have Summer Splash added in. So Summer Splash, Coastal Cabana, Pool Party, they're all kind of like a a light aqua, kind of like an aqua color, right? So more on the greenish side. So we're going to be using all of them, and I'm going to cut this one as a layer. So we're going to cut this one similar to what we just did with the with the cherry cobbler. That one is going to be 2 3/4. So we're going to come in a little bit more. I'm going to go to this spot here. Oops, that's 3 3/4. 2 3/4. I am so sorry for not having my supplies ready, you guys. By 3. Sometimes that happens. My parents came to visit last night, and of course I want to spend time with them, right? And I'm not saying that that is the reason, but I think I just wasn't quite on my game for that. And then we had some conversations last night, family conversations, you know, parent stuff. So I'm a little tired today. It's just been kind of exhausting. But here we have the layers that we need for making the main part of our card. Now I'm going to bring in some other colors because I want you to see that we also use, and these are listed in the PDF, we also used Lemon Lolly, Pool Party, Basic White again. So let me bring that back over. Basic White. These cardstock colors, along with the white glimmer paper, which you see here, and some brushed gold foil. So that brings me to some more new products that I have to share with you. And they are underneath this pile, because again, Rachel wasn't quite organized like she usually is. So sorry, you guys. Okay, we're putting that back over there. You didn't see that yet. All right, this is the new brushed foil cards. We call it brushed foil specialty paper. And you can see that there's gold and silver, and then there's this directional brushed look, as if, you know, you took an actual paintbrush and brushed that color on. So we're going to be using some of that, and we're going to be doing some die cutting. So these 5 colors here, Lemon Lolly, Pool Party, white glimmer paper, which is a pack, comes in a 3-pack. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong camera. It comes in a 3-pack. It comes with, I believe, Berry Burst, Old Olive, and the white glimmer paper. So all of these 5 and the brushed gold will be used with our dies. So let's bring in our dies now. We have, lots of fun little dies to create cakes with. And you can see on your sheet, when you have a package of dies, it always tells you the quantity. So you can always double check your pieces. This one has 14 different dies in it. They count this as 1 die, but you get 3 pieces from it. We're going to be using that one. We're going to be using this one. We'll also be using these 2 outline ones, and I'll show you the stamp set again. We've got the cake plate, We've got another kind of cake plate piece, and then we have the 2 rectangles that create the cakes. Those are the dies that we'll be using. We'll also be using, from the stamps, we'll be using this flower, there's another one here, and this flower. And we're going to be stamping those 3 images and die cutting them with this frame piece here. Now, this is also considered a frame piece. I did not use it because I actually decided to cut directly from the brushed gold foil. So, but you could stamp that first and then die cut it if you wish to. So that's considered a frame piece too. We'll also be using some of the words from that set for our card interior. Okay, now I have to start using, my back table is full. Do you guys see this? My back table is filled because I am working on a huge project. So we can't necessarily stash everything back there. We're going to shove some stuff out of the way here. And I'm going to bring in the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Let's bring that over. Here's our wonderful tool. This is our amazing tool, you guys. You have to have one if you don't have one. You have to get it. We're going to start with the base plate, die adapter number 2, and then we're going to have a scratchy plate number 3, and another plate on top, which doesn't have to be scratchy. And we'll start layering our dies with some of our scraps. And again, I didn't take the time to pull some scraps, so we're gonna have to cut some to prepare them. From this sheet, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut a little strip here. We'll cut it 1 inch for now. You guys can be a little bit more careful when you prepare your scraps, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut that. I think I'm gonna cut from this piece because it's smaller. And we're gonna cut, we'll just cut right here. Teresa, who is my assistant, is probably watching me going, no, 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 don't cut that piece there. Yeah, sorry about that. We have a system here and it is, normally you guys, I have like all my pieces, I use my pieces very wisely, but we did not prepare. Okay, let's go ahead and put these 2 pieces down. I have to tape something so it doesn't fall on me again. Okay. All right, so we lay them down onto our scratchier plate, and then we're gonna take our dies, and you see that there's that direction in the brushed gold. I want my plate to go in one of those directions, whether it's this way or this way, and I think it looked best this way, so that's what I'm gonna go with. I'm also gonna put this die in here, and because they move around, I did add sticky notes to my list of items that you'll probably want to bring in. Those are great for tacking things in place. We will hold them there. We'll add the sticky note and we'll carefully walk away. Okay, for this, we'll just add that here and this one here. I don't think I can get them side by side. Maybe I can. You think I can, you guys? Should we try it? Let's try. Let's push them right up against each other on here. Oh, that's close, Rachel. Okay, we'll set it in an angle. We'll sandwich it down real firm. Push it forward. I'm not sure, you guys. I don't know if I got it. Hold on. It moved on me. And the sticky note will not cling to the glimmer paper very well. Okay, there. We got it. We got it. We got it. Cheering me on. I can see the thumbs up. Thank you. Okay. So then when we're done, look at the magic that dies do. They cut, you guys. It's like fussy cutting without the effort. So here we have that beautiful cake plate. We have another layer that could go literally right here if you wanted it to, but I'm using it as a separate little plate. And then we have these guys. And again, even though these are each considered 2 separate dies, you get from that 5 pieces. So here are some frosting layers, is how I think of them. And here are a couple more, and I'm just going to use the take your pick tool to poke through those 2 holes here and grab them and get them out. Okay, let's do some flower stamping on our scrap white. And I'm going to go ahead and grab a smaller scrap since I'm close to my scraps. Here we go. We'll just take that scrap of white and we'll set up our stamps. Got a couple clear blocks ready. Let's take our stamps out of here. You can tell which ones I've used. And yes, you're all going to say to me, make sure you stamp them with Versamark ink first, because these types of inks, photopolymer inks or stamps, are very porous, so they will absorb the first color you use and right away. And of course I used pinks. So if you use your photopolymer in Versamark ink, and yes, it does work, it will kind of give it like a coating in those pores so that you don't have as much staining on your stamps. Grab another small one. Okay, we have our flower stamps ready. We're going to be using Melon Mambo. Melon Mambo, I love that name. We're going to grab Melon Mambo and the dauber that I've assigned to that ink color. We'll open this up. We're going to use the stamping off technique. If you've never done that before, it's pretty easy. And it gives you more choices of color. Okay, so I've just got a scrap piece of paper here. I'm going to go ahead and ink this up. So I've got full ink on there. Then I'm going to remove some of the ink color and then stamp it down onto my scrap paper. You can see I've got 2 different tones of ink there. Sorry that we're so far away again. I'm going to do that with this stamp and with this one. And then I'm going to use full color and inking it up, but I'm going to take a dauber because, okay, let me just show you with full color. Full color, it's pretty intense. It's hard to see with that smaller stamp though. But if you take a dauber and you kind of pounce some of that ink, you're softening it a bit. So you can't really tell with that one. It's a smaller stamp. Let me do it with this one. Okay, so here is full ink. And here is, it's kind of like getting an in-between. It's not really an in-between, but it's just softening your initial, oh, and I've got some little fuzzies on there. So you can see it's not quite as intense. Maybe you can't see. It's a softer version. It's a calmer version. Ink this up, go like that, and then stamp it down. So now we have several flowers to choose from. More than enough flowers to choose from. We only need 4. I think I used 4. No, 3. I used 3 because I cut one in half. See this one here, the middle size? I cut that one in half to get the look of a couple flowers. So let's take and grab our already die cut flowers. Thank you, Teresa. We're gonna grab those out of here. So let's take a light colored one. Hang on a minute. Teresa Glow is my assistant, and she has prepared some of these pieces for some mass producing, because we are taking these and creating lots of birthday cards. And then we have, let's see here, we need the middle size one. Where is it? Here's a middle size one. And another middle size one is already cut in half. So what I decided to do for mass producing these cards is I have the dark version and the light version of each. So on one card, I'll have the dark and the light, and on the other card, I'll have the light and the dark. And then for this one, again, same thing. Cut it in half, and you have choices of flowers. You have your dark and light on one and dark and light on the other, okay? So let's move these aside. I've messed up her pile though. I pulled it all out of the bag and now it's all mixed up, Teresa, sorry about that. Okay, let's start with our cake. So we're gonna add our pieces to our summer, this is Coastal Cabana. And so what I did for starting out and creating this card is I just laid everything down where I thought it would fit. And I used my tallest flower, and then I adjusted if necessary. I pushed it up or down in either direction. I didn't do any stamping on the background of this yet because I wanted to make sure everything would fit. And the stamp can be mounted a certain way to kind of help get into those little places. Now, if you want to, you could take and prepare your stamp on your block. Let's grab that. We're using the asterisks or the little sparkles, I guess you could call them too. So this image and this image, and they are the ones that look like this and this, okay? So they give you that little sparkle on the top of the cake, whether it's a candle or whatever. So I'm gonna go ahead and mount it in the corner of my block. So if I put all of this together and I actually stick it on my layer, I can still come in with that stamp and stamp here and there. If you're nervous about making mistakes though, because that's how I did it. I added everything and then I stamped. If you're nervous about that, lay it out the way you like it, stamp around it, and then put everything together. And that's what we're gonna do now. So I'm gonna lay them out again. That looks like they're pretty good. Okay, so I'll take my large one and I'll stamp that up here. And I'll also stamp it kind of in this spot. And then I'll take the smaller one And again, I'm mounting in the corner so that I'm making sure that I can get it on there without having to kind of cover up the whole card as I go. So I'll do another one there and a couple down here. And they just kind of make for a fun background, right? I love those stamps. This color is Summer Splash. I'm using Summer Splash on Coastal Cabana because I find that it has a little bit cooler tone than Coastal Cabana on Coastal Cabana. Plus the Coastal Cabana ink is more matching to this color, which is a slightly lighter shade, and I wanted a deeper shade. Alrighty, so let's take and mount everything. At this point, you can take and use your mini dimensionals. Mini dimensionals are awesome. If you don't have mini dimensionals, you can use regular dimensionals cut into smaller pieces. And I'm just putting 3 across there and 1 down here. And we'll lay that on first. Put your cake back where it should be, Rachel. That looks pretty good. So it's about 3/8 of an inch from the bottom and about 1/4 of an inch from the 2 sides. Now the cake layer. And the cake layer can go on with, you know, bigger dimensionals if you want to, or whatever. So let's put a couple on there. I want the shadow that's behind my cake. So that is the reason for using dimensionals. You don't have to use dimensionals, but they definitely add a lot to your card, your creations. We'll add that here. And then our flower, and we'll also put those up on dimensionals. Everything has a slight shadow behind it. Now, I'm going to put a little embellishment in the middle of this flower. So if I really was being careful and you know, living by that suggestion that I always give you guys to make sure that you only have things 1-dimensional thick or whatever, I would cut one of these in half. Okay, I've got my 2 pieces here. And I would put 1 on each side so that when I put that embellishment in the middle, I don't have a ton of bulk going on there, okay? It's not necessarily necessary, but it helps. It helps to reduce the bulk. Oh, come on. There we go. Nope, it's still on there. Then we're going to add that here. And we'll add our small one right next to it. Oh my goodness, I am not working with these small dimensionals very well today. Okay, and that one's going to go right over here. Then we're going to add some frosting. So for our frosting, we have 2 cake layers. We have our smaller cake layer and we have our wider one, and that's why we did the 2 different dies. We did this die and we did this die because we need frosting to fit both of them. And the frosting pieces do extend out a little bit further than the cake, but that's the way frosting is, right? So we're gonna have 2 layers on the front, separating out my pile here. 2 layers of white sparkly frosting. You know, there is glitter that you can eat. There's edible glitter. So this is that frosting that has the edible glitter in it, okay? And then on the inside, or the cake that's going on the inside layer, we just need 1. I've also cut those from the Pool Party cardstock. So this is where Pool Party comes in. And so let's go ahead and add those. And I'm going to use my glue. This is my precision tip bottle that I've transferred my multi-purpose liquid glue into. When you do that, just make sure that the glue doesn't touch the sides as you're squeezing the glue into the container, okay? Once it touches the sides, you have to kind of tap that glue back down. We're going to have a little strip back here, and I should be using my tweezers. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it would get on my hands. Okay, and then we'll just lay that right across here. And we'll do the same thing. In fact, we'll just pick that up with the hand that has glue on it. Okay, and that's going to go right across here. We'll see how the bow tying goes. And let me wipe this off with a tissue. Next one. So you see how I put them really close to each other? Did that on purpose. Didn't want any gaps. I wanted this to all be a really thick frosting layer right through the middle. I'll add that on. Oh, you know what I did? This is what I did with this one. I'm going to grab a different one. That's why I have the tear and tape adhesive on there. Okay, let me show you what I did there. Oh, we don't have a piece. Oh, we don't have a piece. I'm going to have to just wipe this. Okay, we're wiping it off, and I'm going to show you what I did on my original, which I think I forgot to tell Teresa to do. Okay, hang on. We're getting messy. All right, the tear and tape. I listed as a supply because I want to show you that putting glue against glimmer paper or glitter paper sometimes doesn't work that great. But glue dots, tear and tape glue, any kind of glue like this, any kind of adhesive like this, where it's not wet, is really gonna do the best against your glimmer papers. So we're gonna take and remove the backing here, separate that from the actual tape. There we go. I'm gonna lay my hand across here to grab the other end, and then we're gonna twist. And what we've done is we've created a long, narrow glue dot. And I think that that is going to give a better hold against the glimmer paper. And then you can just take and trim off the excess there. Do you like that glue holder? That is from the Country Hive, by the way. They are having a sale in November. It's one of their special sales. It's going to last all month long with different deals every 10 days or so. So you'll want to check out thecountryhive.com. So that is going to stay on there a little bit better, and it also gives it a little bit of a lift too, more shadow. Okay, for the next two, we'll just go ahead and put straight adhesive on with the glue. That gives you an option, you guys. If you don't want to do the messy stuff like I don't like to do, I'm not a glue user because of getting on my fingers. I use it from time to time, and I tell you, I do love the glue's ability to hold, but I just don't like mess. You know what's also great about glue, you guys, is that you have time to shift and shimmy. Okay, grab this one, stick that one on top. Okay, these are just side by side with a little bit of yellow base frosting on our cake showing through. All right, next, we're gonna take and add this to our card base. So let's take our seal adhesive. This is just a quick adhesive to use, although you could use multi-purpose liquid glue again. We'll add that to this layer, and then we'll add that to the front of our card. Let's actually not do that yet. Don't add it to the front of your card yet. Just lay it here. We're gonna lay it there, and then we're gonna take our stamps. So we've got our Celebrate stamp. We'll mount that onto a clear block, and now we're using our third color, Cherry Cobbler. So we use the Melon Mambo with the flowers. We use the Summer Splash with the Coastal Cabana, and now we're using Cherry Cobbler as our sentiment color. So we're inking it up. We just have this laying where we want it. And that looks good. And now I can see that I want to stamp this about an inch and a quarter up. Okay, so it gave me a guide. Before I adhered it, it gave me a guide. Now, if I don't like how I stamp this, I can turn this around. I could make it, let's see here, I could make this go down here and have the Celebrate up top. I could flip it. Let's see, could I flip it around this way? I could have that on the back side of the card, or I could just get a new card. But I think the best thing for that, if you mess up, is to just slide this down and have your word stamped again up there. Okay, next we're going to add this to the front of our card, and I'm choosing to add it with seal. You could put it on with dimensionals, which would create even more shadow if you wanted. So we'll lay that right here. And then we're going to add embellishing pieces. So for the embellishing pieces, we have 3 different things that I'm bringing in. And I wish I could have found my other choice of embellishments, these kind here. I have a third one and I don't know where it went to, but it's the, what is it called? It is called the Tinsel Gems 3-pack. So somewhere in my room I have the Tinsel Gems 3-pack. I don't know where. I lost something, I know, you guys, it's crazy. We're gonna use the gummy end of my Take Your Pick tool. I think it's because I have a lot of projects going on. And we're gonna pick up that pinkish color right through here and set that in the middle of that flower, just to give that flower a little bit more pizzazz. And then we'll take this one and we'll use the blue colors from here. Those colors are the Summer Splash. This guy is tilted, isn't it? Ha! It's tilted a little bit. Don't tell anyone. We're going to take and put a large and a small here. And then the last embellishment that goes on the front of the card is going to be our ribbon. And our ribbon disappeared. I do have it, and it's not in sight. Okay, let me keep looking here. Oh, is it over here? Oh, my goodness sakes, Rachel. You are unorganized today. Oh, it's underneath the embellishments where I was looking for that Tinsel Gem 3-pack, you guys. Okay, so when you get this trim, it's called Silver and Gold Metallic Trim. You get it in a 2-pack, and my recommendation, if you're going to do it the real delicate way, is to cut off at least 8 inches. The longer your piece, the better. I'm going to show you that you have options though. So let's first just tie a bow, 2 rabbit ears, tie an overhand, twist the stem, and tighten. Okay, so we have 2 options. We have making a bow this way, okay, and adding that to our cake. Or again, like I said, cut a nice long piece. And then I'm just going to show you with a short piece because this takes a while, okay? With a short piece, you're going to trim off one edge, but you'll be doing this with a longer piece. You'll trim off an edge, okay? See what I did there? So I've got a few little threads that separated, and then you start to pull all of the threads away from the other side, and you get multiple threads of gold, and they've got just a slight kink to them. They're really, really pretty and delicate and very fun. So now let me show you the strands. I was prepared on this. Let's see if we can actually tie it in front of all of you. Okay, so I have 1 strand, 2 strands, 3 strands, and I would say use at least 4. That's what I have on my sample, and I think it looks really great. And I think you can get probably, get like 4 sets of 4 out of your length. Okay, so we're gonna rub off any extra glue I have. We're gonna take and do a loop, and then we're going to keep this finger. This finger is kind of like the main finger here, okay? So as we wrap around, we're gonna make sure that we're grabbing onto all of those threads. I have to do it faster. We're grabbing onto all of those threads, and then we're coming in with the Take Your Pick tool, and we're using that kind of like a little needle to help push these guys out of the way. Come in and pull these threads up and through. And it is a tricky bow to make with small amounts, but if you have larger amounts of thread, you can do it. Okay, tighten, tighten, tighten. Please tighten. Oh gosh, come on, we have it, we have it. We just need to tighten. Okay, hang on. You have to do it again. Sometimes twisting the thread together will help too. Okay, we're wrapping it around. We're grabbing, getting that out of the way. Pulling it up and through. There are the threads. I can't believe I'm attempting this on live YouTube here. Oh my goodness sakes, Rachel. Okay, I did it, I did it, I did it. Now we just have to kind of like pull on the threads here to get them to come back into being tamer, okay? And that's how you get that little look there. Now I'm sure that there are some bow tying machines or tricks and tips out there, but that was my tip for anybody who does not have a tool. And then you get this fun look, and you can take and add that with a rolled up glue dot. And I wouldn't say like a normal glue dot. Get one of those kit glue dots. So if you're buying Kits Collection kits or Paper Pumpkin kits or whatever, take one of these, take all of them, take and save them, because they're gonna come in handy for when you need a real thin amount of glue. So I'm gonna stick that down there. I'm gonna peel off the backing. And then I'm gonna roll it onto itself so it's nice and skinny. And then we'll just take and tack that in there. Ta-da! All right, you got the idea. So there's that. And then on the inside is where you're gonna add this cake, and you're gonna add it flat. You're gonna add this flower tucked in the top and this flower tucked in the top. And I liked having the darker one in the front because it seemed like the other one was more of a shadow, right? Okay. So then we open that up and we have this on the inside, and I just added that to the bottom of the cake to give it another little cake layer. So my comments are not rolling in. Oh, thanks. Leon's wife said, all your self-encouragement, right? You have to coach yourself along the way. So there's that finished card. Now let me show you some other products that we have now. Okay, so you saw that beautiful bundle in action. You can make so much more with it, by the way. There are way more things you can make with just one bundle. Okay, I'm shoving everything out of the way here. This is new, right? We talked about that. Oh, did I tell you how okay, so I used this. I used this tool to come up with the color combination, because who would have thunk, you know, having cherry cobbler and lemon lolly and summer splash and all of those together, right? I got that combination because I used the triadic combination. Here's the Coastal Cabana and Pool Party. Here's the lemon lolly, and in my mind, the crushed curry is kind of like the gold, or even daffodil delight. So we have the gold and the lemon lolly, and then we have the cherry cobbler and melon mambo right in here. And that's how I came up with that striking color combination, was with the use of that awesome tool. Right, let's go with, you've already seen the brushed foil. Let me share with you, we have to move some stuff. Let me share with you some more goodies. This is a fun bundle. This is a hybrid bundle. So a hybrid bundle includes stamps, dies, and an embossing folder. So you can take and add your dies inside of this embossing folder. Oops, it goes on this side, like that. Do you see how the cutting blade is up? You put your paper against it, sandwich it, and when you run it through your machine, you will come out with cut out and embossed flowers. So fun. So that is the Happy Hibiscus bundle, the hybrid bundle. You have leaves in there, you have flowers in there, you have other dies that cut out some of the images from the stamp set. These images obviously cut out with those dies, and then you have some images that go inside. See those darker ones? Those are actually to be stamped with, say, like a nice light color, and it gives you an outline and then a lighter color within to color in your stamp image real quickly, okay? It gives you that colored in image right away. We have sentiments in there, really beautiful fonts. We have a nice little background image. And then we have some dies that become little labels for your sentiments. So that's the Happy Hibiscus Hybrid Bundle. That will be available November 5th. We also have these goodies. And I've used up a lot of stuff, so forgive me for not showing you full sheets of 12 by 12. But this is the suite called, let's see if I can find the name here. Flip the paper over. Marbled Elegance. The Marbled Elegance suite includes the Hearts of Elegance stamp set and the Hearts of Elegance dies. Look at that. We have embossing within the dies. So when you cut something out, you get those little printed dashed lines. And then you have like this one here. I'll show you, like I did do that one extra so you can get that look. It's not really embossing, it's more like imprinting, okay? So you've got some outline dies, you've got these decorative dies, more detailed. You have sentiments in there. And then within that suite, we have, don't know where to put anything. We have this gold twisted thread. It's like a twine. We have these embellishments, which are flat, great for mailing off cards, right? These are called the adhesive back heart sequins. We have the gift bags combo pack, it's called. So you have a small little gift bag, and then you have a taller one. So you have like 2 different sizes in here. You can stamp on them, you can color them. You get 16 total, so 8 of each. And then the last thing, which is always the star of every suite, is the designer paper. So the designer paper you get in here, you can see I've used a lot of it, is real beautiful foiled marbled designer paper. These are all available November 5th, or unless you're a demonstrator, you can order them now. Or if you're getting the starter kit, which is on special today and tomorrow, you can get them in the starter kit. Okay, so here are the beautiful papers, fronts and the backs. The backs are not foiled, but still so pretty. The other, yep, we're just gonna have to go beyond where I normally put things down. The other suite, and suites, by the way, you don't have to buy all together. You can buy them in parts and pieces, okay? So the other thing that we have is the Utterly Amazing stamp set and coordinating dies. These can be purchased separately or as a bundle. You can see there are outline images here, or outline dies that cut out the images. Then we also have some more detailed dies like the log. We have fishies, big fish, little bubbles, rocks. Oops, that one should be flipped over. Rocks and foliage that's in the water, like the seaweeds or whatever. We have this beautiful twine, which is called Lost Lagoon Soft Cording. So it has almost like a little slippery feel to it. It's satiny, really, really pretty, okay? And then we have these embellishments, and the embellishments are iridescent. They're called Riverside Irregular Pearls, and they have an iridescent glow to them in 3 different shades and 2 different sizes. Okay, and then we have the paper. I have 5 of the full sheets, and then I only have like a third of the 6th one here. So let's take a look at those. Utterly Adorable, that's the name of this suite, sorry. Utterly Adorable with the Utterly Amazing bundle. Utterly Adorable paper, Utterly Adorable suite. They are adorable, aren't they? So this has like a whole scene in it, and the back side are the little river rocks. Then we have these cute little guys that are ready to just fussy cut out and be the highlight of your card. The back side is kind of a gray granite color. Then we have the stuff that's growing underwater, the seaweed. We have a beautiful, looks like watery surface here. And then we have the swimming guys here. I think we've got some that will die cut. That will die cut. And this will die cut. Very fun, right? So those will cut out with those dies. Oh, and do we have, yes we do. We even have this little guy. He will die cut out too, okay? We have one other die here, and I think, was that one on the other sheet? I'm not sure. That one is supposed to look like this. Do we see that one? We do. There it is. There it is. So yes, you can die cut right from the designer paper. A lot of our papers are like that lately. It's so fun. So there's that one, and the back side of that is more of a cooler blue. We have some more swimming otters. We have some little fishies. Oh, and the back side. And then the front side of this one and the back side. So lots to choose from, and that's not even all of it, you guys. This is what I bought. There's more. So you'll want to make sure that you visit my store. You'll want to shop the products at stampyourartout.com. Click on the shop button, and you'll be able to get your hands on those new products come November 5th. Now, if you're a demonstrator yourself, or you shop from another demonstrator, please give them the love, give your order to them. What else do I want to tell you about? I did tell you, I gave you the heads up on the Country Hive sale. That is happening starting November 1st. You'll want to make sure that you tune into their website and check out what they have to offer, okay, all month long. So thecountryhive.com. Remember the little glue bottle holder that I told you about? They have that type of stuff. They have containers. They have magnetic trays to hold your dies from getting lost on your table like I should have used today. So lots of good things happening with thecountryhive.com. Check them out. And then we have the starter kit special ending tomorrow. Kits collection sale ends tomorrow as well. If you're a kits person, check out the kits collection in the online store. Okay, that's it. That's it as far as my news goes. Stampin' Up! News, I should say. Let me go to prizes. Let's pull those out. So, from last week, we had paper pumpkin. I was sharing paper pumpkin alternates, and the prize giveaway was a 1-month prepaid subscription. You can take and apply that code to a pre-existing account, and it will override your credit card and allow you to have 1 month for free if you're the winner. Or you can take and start a new paper pumpkin account. When I email you, if you're the winner, and I email you back with the code, I will give you some directions on how to do that. Alrighty, let me go to, here it is. All right, we're gonna go to our winners. On our screens, we have, and I'm just gonna pull my email address up there so you can see that too. We have Joan Camp from, let's see here, from YouTube. Joan Camp commented in the After Live comments on YouTube. So sometime after we were done being live last week, through this morning, she left a comment. Thank you so much, Joan, for your comment. Make sure that you reach out to me. If your name is being drawn, reach out to me at the email address that you see there on the screen, stampyourartout@comcast.net. And then on Facebook, our winner was Marsh Mendenhall. And thank you for your sweet comment too. So I appreciate you guys commenting. I appreciate you subscribing to my channel on YouTube or subscribing to my Facebook page, sharing the videos, liking, all of those good things. Thumbs up are always welcome. And on that note, here I am. On that note, you guys, we are gonna draw the next set of winners, but let me tell you the prize that you have for that. I'm gonna tell you about memberships too here. So, YouTube has this new thing happening right now. They have the opportunity for you to become a member of a channel. And I know that many of you want to support more than just my channel. So I have a tier. I have 2 different tiers. I have a 99-cent tier, which is the lowest we can go for offering our memberships. I have a 99-cent tier, and I have a $5.99 tier. I'm sorry, $5.99 tier. And I'm going to launch membership offerings tonight. So you'll want to check back on my YouTube channel so you can see what the membership offerings are all about. Basically, if you choose 99 cents, you pay 99 cents per month, and it's like a subscription. It's basically supporting my channel and helping me to pay for equipment, to pay for the app that I use, which is Studio for live streaming, that sort of thing. I just bought a new iPad, and it's not a cheap little thing. So if you are choosing to be a member, you are helping me out in those ways. You can also choose the $5.99 option. The $5.99 option will get more perks than just the perks that you get at the 99 cent option. Yes, you get perks. If you are a member, your name stands out because you have a little badge next to your name when you comment. You get to use exclusive emojis. You have my undying love and support. You get your comments answered first by people and that sort of thing. The $5.99, sorry, I want to make sure that I answer this correctly. Yes, the $5.99 level, you are considered a supporter, okay? And at that level, you get membership shout outs. You get your name listed and mentioned. You also get an exclusive video each month for just my members. So you're invited to that, and I welcome you as part of my membership community if you would like to join. And again, that will be open tonight. I just have to finish a few little posts, welcoming posts in there, and then it will open up. Don't feel pressure to do it. I appreciate all of you who come to my videos each week to chime in, to even just watch. If you're watching on a TV and you can't chime in, if you're watching, you are helping me out, because there's also ad revenue that YouTube has. So when I get views, I also get funding that way too. So I appreciate you tuning in no matter what. These are the prize choices for, well, not prize choices. Yeah, prize choices for today. Yes, I have a couple of these color coaches, and I have this no longer available More Dazzle paper, which would be fun to make a lot of cakes out of, wouldn't it? It's like an embellishment that's like several sheets of gold, and I think there's like a brighter gold and then this champagne color. So if your name is drawn by Trisha, then you get to pick, okay? I'm gonna put my email back up there. I'm gonna check to see if she's announced the winners. So let's see if I can find that. Marty Maxwell and Deborah, and I'm gonna pronounce the name wrong, Lieskche, Leischke? I don't know, Deborah Leischke? Did I say it right? If you are not in the US, and I'm guessing so with that last name, it's very unique, but who knows, maybe. But if you're not in the US, you can still be a winner. You don't get product, but you can choose from a tutorial off of my website at stampyourartout.com. You just click on shop, go down to tutorials, and scroll through and see what there is for choices there. In fact, any of you can choose that instead of the product gift if you want to. So I appreciate it. Let me put up my email address there so that all of our winners can reach out to me. Thank you. Thank you all so much, everybody. I appreciate you. And yeah, just thanks for coming today. I think that's all I needed to say. I'm looking through my notes, and I hope I didn't miss anything. We got off on a rocky start, but I think it went smooth eventually. So I did see a question, if you're on my team, do you need to become a YouTube channel member? Yes, I have no way of being able to pick and choose who my channel members are. I can gift some, but they're always random. So even team members, if that's something that you're interested in, it's a 99-cent fee per month if you want to be a part of it. Don't feel pressure though, seriously, you guys. I appreciate all of you, no matter what. If you're able to help fund my channel, quote unquote, that's great. I give those people just a few extra perks, but don't ever feel pressure to do that. I just appreciate you coming to hang out with me. So thank you, everybody, oh so much. If you have more questions, please definitely post them, email me the questions so that I can answer them for you. But that membership will launch again tonight so that you can take part in that if you want to. Thank you, everybody. Now I'd like you all to go and stamp your art out. Bye-bye.